back to the Singapore Indoor Stadium. That's a little disappointing, isn't it, when you look that there was a walkover from Ratchanok, then Kidambi Srikanth having to retire partway through that second game against the number 5 seed Kodai Naraoka. Well, up next we've got men's doubles, and it's the Danes, Rasmus Kjaer and Frederick Søgaard, up against the twins from Chinese Taipei, Li Fang-Chih and Li Fang-Jen. Well, this is from the bottom quarter of the draw, and the former world number ones and beaten finalists last year, Liang Wei-Keng and Wang Cheng, also in this section of the draw. And the beaten finalists from 2 years ago, Alfian and Ardianto, also in this bottom quarter. So the twin brothers. We came down to the stadium on the same bus as them. They look very focused to me. This will be a first meeting, I can tell you, between these two pairs. Not altogether surprising, considering that the Danes only formed their partnership in 2022.
I said red. Red reserve on your left.
So, the twin brothers from Chinese Taipei have chosen to receive, if I understood that correctly. So Rasmus Kjaer is 25 years of age, from Glostrup, in the western suburbs of the Danish capital of Copenhagen. Tall man, as you can see, that's about 5'11", and they went up yesterday to their career high of 15, up 3 places to a new career high. And that's a wonderful achievement as we look at Frederick Søgaard. A year older than his partner, born in Nyborg on the island of Fyn. There's a wonderful medieval castle there, isn't there, Steve?
There is. There's
Have
some.
you been there?
Yes, I have, because they have these sort of games every summer where you can watch Shakespeare.
Wow. That's on my bucket list as well then. So to the twin brothers. And this is Li Fang-Chih. They were born on the 20th of September 1997. So 25 years of age. Both exactly the same height. And they're currently down 1 place on the world ranking published yesterday to 27, but have been as high as 20. Li Fang-Jen, well, if I'm correct, Steen, did I see on social media that he's posted that he's going to become a father? Huge congratulations to him and his wife. Well, they've played 7 tournaments so far this year. They have not been past the second round. The Li twins, as we look at our umpire for this one. Eddie Susanto of Singapore and Evil Castle are court officials for this one. Incidentally, the first male twins to contest a World Tour tournament final. These two, when they reached the final of the Spain Masters last year, and they lost in that final to He Jing and Zhao Haodong. But considering they'd been promoted from the qualifying to get all the way through to the final, that was pretty special.
It was. What about the Twin Towers? They've been in many finals.
Good one, Steve. Of course, the Twin Towers, now retired Li Junhui, and his former partner, Chen. That was their nicknames. They weren't really twins.
On my left, Søgaard, Denmark. Søgaard is to Li Fang-Chih.
So the Danes nearest to us as we look down on the court at the moment, Rasmus Kjaer and Fredrik Søgaard. Well, they've had the best of both worlds because they got to serve and they got to choose ends because their opponents chose to receive, which when you're playing in such a drifty arena, it really does. Well, it's beyond my comprehension why any pair winning the toss of the coin would choose to receive.
We just saw on this hit by Rasmus Kjaer, and I don't think any of these four players have ever played here in Singapore, and that can be a difficult experience.
No, I fathom the same thing. It was a first appearance for both of them.
Yeah. Left and wide. As Fredrik Søgaard was jumping in the same direction, he was following the shuttle all the way. The severe drift there is here affecting the singles a bit more, in my opinion, but it's still difficult, and it's about whether you can actually lift and how you should try and place your attacks and what kind of shots you should select.
Interestingly, Steve, players from Denmark have won titles here across all 5 disciplines. One of only 3 countries to have had players do that. Other 2 countries, China is obviously one.
I guess would be Indonesia.
Absolutely right. Mind you, the Chinese Taipei have won titles. Their players have won titles here across 4 disciplines. The only discipline they haven't won is women's doubles, and they were awfully close because they had a pair in the final in 2012. Chen Wen-Sing and Chen Yu-Chin. Oh, you simply cannot decide that late.
See, it almost left the green mat, that shot from Fang-Chih. Almost had to put out an APB for the shuttle there. If anybody finds it, please return it to the court. So you can really make some big mistakes here, and that's also a part of the mental game. You have to accept that at some point you can look really, really stupid and simply make a total air shot in here.
He's a very good front court player, I think, Søgaard. He hustles at the front. about it. Decided not to go over.
Back at the net, Fang-Chih. That one.
There's that sideways drift against Steen.
Yeah, that's severe.
I think this is a magnificent stadium. I think it's absolutely beautiful, the Singapore Indoor Stadium, but I think this is the stadium with the biggest sideways drift of any of the venues we play World Tour events
I think
in.
you're right.
Even more so than Istora, Sanayan?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Istora has had a new air conditioning system installed some years ago. I think it was when they remodeled the hall for the Asian Games, and since then it has not been as drifty as it used to be. The good thing here about this hall is that it's actually quite stable. What's really worrying for the players is if the drift is changing throughout the tournament, then it's really difficult to adapt.
That's a good save. Well, I was hearing, actually, Steen, we're talking about what a magnificent stadium it is, state of the art, that they're actually going to build a new one.
They are.
Yeah.
Wow.
In about 5 years' time, apparently. It's amazing, isn't it? Because it's super facilities. Haven't we had the WTA finals here and many major sporting events?
You can also see from many of the players they're posting on social media pictures from the stadium. It's absolutely magnificent pictures.
Yeah. I read one that said that it was the best stadium they'd ever seen. Awfully close, isn't it, in these early stages of this opening game?
Yeah, super important coaching coming up now. The players have experience playing half a game in the arena and half a game against each other, so that's going to be super important.
So it is the twin brothers from Chinese Taipei, Li Fang-Chih and Li Fang-Jen, who have the 1 point advantage at the mid-game interval. For the last 5 points to get to that position. Well, I'm suspecting, Steen, that you found it very difficult to hear anything that was being said to the Danes. We were focusing more on the twin brothers, weren't we?
Yeah, I heard a little bit in the opening that Thomas Stango suggested that it was not a good idea to just play it with pace into the racket. The Lee brothers and more steepness would be required in the attacking game.
That's nice. Very nice from Fang-Jen.
Fang-Jen towards the net.
Just long of the back line.
Solver, 11th round.
You could almost see that Kjaer was not ready for the sideways drift. He thought that was going wide.
Yeah, he can hardly believe it.
No.
6 of the last 8 points. What's turned it around in favour of the twins?
I think they're reacting to things a little bit quicker than the Danes. The Danes, in my opinion, are not unpredictable enough. And also, always on service from Fang-Jen, but the tumble serve is an advantage in men's doubles. Especially in situations like this here, it's difficult for the Danes to get an advantage in the service situation when they're receiving.
Oh, dear me. Pays the compliment.
But basically, if you're a little bit behind, either in movement or in thought, then a weak shot is amplified in here. Doesn't really matter which side you play.
Why? He seemed to be stepping into it.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got to make that shot. It's never a winner, so you can't make mistakes on that.
So he just tried to play it too tight?
Yeah, I think so. I like the flick serves. It's the second time Søgaard has flicked, and it's not exactly what you expect when you play the far side of the court, because he's flicking with the drift. But as with everything, there's an upside and a downside. The downside is, of course, there's a risk that it's going long, but the upside is that if he can control it, it passes the receiver really quickly.
Well, challenging that. Well, we are almost as far away as you can be from the court. But I'm going to be bold, and I thought that was just out. Indeed, it was a wasted challenge. The twin brothers. And the Danes back level.
In double quick time.
Yeah. Oh, that's a delightful block from Kjaer. Another one goes long with the back line. And the Danes are back into the lead on a run of 4 straight points. That's the one that did the real damage, changed the momentum of the rally. What a beauty.
stayed in, but I really like the Danes flicking. Wide.
Yeah, they haven't really got used to the drift yet, have they?
No.
5 of the last 6 points now to the Danes. Fluctuating fortunes. Hardly seemed to hit that, and that went long. Oh, crucial now, isn't it? Each and every point.
I'd like to see Danish service return. It's just a block over the net. See if the net player can deal with it.
Surprised they're challenging that, the Danes.
That rally was one of the situations that you really look for as a player and a coach when you prepare for a match. Fredrik Søgaard has been flicking a bit. The last flick, the return was just inside the back line, but now it's 18 all and it's really tense. So does he flick again? It turned out he didn't. If you have that knowledge, it could become really, really crucial in upcoming matches.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 19-18. Play.
Fang-Jen in front of the court.
20, game point, 18.
On top of the rally from the serve.
1, 2. 2 good interceptions, really piling on the pressure. And the reward, 2 game point opportunities. Kjaer and Fang-Jen coming from behind in the early stages to close out the opening game on their first game point opportunity. 21-18 the opening game in 19 minutes.
men vi kan spille langt flere bolde her. Ikke?
Ja.
Så skarp i servesituationen her.
Han må fandme mange kanter igen.
Ja, ja. Men de server også efter dem. Ikke? Specielt den udvide på tværs af, hvis vi kommer ud på siderne af dem, når vi returnerer, i stedet for at spille ind over midten. Det hele bliver meget, meget centreret og bliver meget, meget slåskamp. Ja. Ikke?
Vær opmærksom på deres flashsurf nu. Ja. I forhold til at
Ja, de sejler ud her.
Ja.
Hjælp med hinanden, støt hinanden derinde. Ikke?
Hot 1, 20 seconds. Hot 1, 20 seconds. Second game, level, link.
Well, I'm guessing you heard more of the coaching in that tournament, Tony.
Yeah, but we came in late again, so it was really difficult to make a lot of it, except that Thomas Dango said it's not going to be easy, but we can play more shots on this side than the other. There's a bit flicker again. And I think what he means is that they're playing up against the drift now, so they don't have to hold back on the flat game if they're a little bit below the tape, as they needed to do in the first game, the Danes.
That was a much flatter smash
Yeah.
from Fang-Jen.
I think he's a little bit too far back, actually, Rasmus Kjaer. I think it's worth attacking on the smash. The flat shot. But there's a risk in terms of the Danish perspective here, that you can play more shots again, like we discussed in the men's singles, that you feel that I can actually lift. Yeah, you can, but you shouldn't. You should only do it as a variation, because the attack is coming at you a little bit faster.
Well, I was mentioning during the opening game, Steen, that the players from Chinese Taipei had won titles in 4 of the 5 disciplines, women's doubles being the only discipline they haven't won. Do you remember the pair that won the men's doubles?
I don't.
It was back in 2010, 14 years ago. Fang-Chih and Li Shenwu.
I should have taken a chance because I had Li Shenwu.
Yeah. Beat Howard Back and Tony Gunnawan in the final.
Former world champions.
Yeah. And 2 Danish pairs have won the men's doubles here, and I think you were coaching at least one of them.
Was I?
2003, were you the national coach?
Yes, I was.
Yeah. Well, you'll definitely remember that Jens Eriksen, Martin Lundgaard won.
That's true, that's true.
All Danish final it was. That's why you couldn't remember. You had a day off because it was an all Danish final.
Probably been golfing.
They beat Lars Porska and Jonas Rasmussen. But the last Danish pair to win the Singapore Open was Mathias Bo and Carsten Mogensen 7 years ago, beating the Twin Towers.
Wow.
Hui and Wu Chen. Oh, that's well judged.
Defensive challengers call out.
Well, the twin brothers were celebrating. They thought it had landed in. Line judge called it out. The Danes weren't happy that they perceived that their opponents were trying to influence the line call. It was clearly out. So that's a wasted challenge.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 5.
And now let's welcome the players.
Play.
Women's doubles. Tatiana Mamsa and Angela Yu, Australia.
Fang-Chih, when he stepped in at the front court. That shot.
Service judge, Manabu Sakurai, Japan.
Wow, that's a great smash. Fang-Jen. Oh, that's pushed long as well. Yeah,
Lucky for the Danes. They were totally outplayed.
Service over. 7-6.
Struggling to find the right racket. Fang-Jen.
Play.
Oh, that's a great return of serve.
Service over. 7-4.
Played with disguise and deception. Super.
I think if I were, especially the Fang-Jen, I would direct a bit more attention to the possible flick serve when it's Frederick Søgaard serving.
Oh, that's a beauty, isn't it? That's lovely control from the Fang-Jen. Very few long rallies.
Yeah.
It's all happening in double quick time. Mind games going on there. Søgaard, having played the return into the net, didn't return the shuttle. And despite Fang-Chih being right there, refused to pick it up.
It looks like a big mistake, but again, it's the first match in the arena. None of the players have ever played here before, so the drift is a challenge.
So it is the twin brothers, Li Fang-Chih and Li Fang-Jen, who go to the mid-game interval with a 1-point advantage, having already won the opening game.
Og der skal vi være helt klar.
So play resumes. The brothers from Chinese Taipei. The game, and now 12-10 up.
Good service and a great third shot from Li Fang-Jen at the moment. The twins are on top of the service situation. I like the way he tried to use the cross-court shot there to get a little bit extra ground to work with. But still went quite a bit more.
It looks as the Danes, to me, seem to be bereft of ideas.
Yes, and I think the serve is good, but you've got to attack the service return, even though it's a smash or some sort of a smash. It's basically a flat shot. So that's the one you got to attack, because if you just lift that, then you just gift it to your opponent the attack. 7 of the last 9 points to Li and Li.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? For the last 10 points.
Yeah, and I think the Danes, they are trying to play soft on the return or the fourth shot. Once in a while, they can push it, and I think they should push it, because Li and Li, they have difficulty just reply with power here. We've seen that they're going long, so their best reply is to block it, and that gives an opportunity for the Danes to move forward if they push the first one, if they're in a position where they can push the first one. Return. Behind his body.
It had gone way past him.
Yeah. There was the pushes. A little bit late on the 6th or 8th shot, but still efficient. But they needed a little bit of luck Now the Danes. A little caution.
Need a good little run of points, don't they? As time's running out. You've got to say, the twins from Chinese Taipei, that time it was Fang-Chih at the front of the court.
Yeah.
But they both played their roles at the front.
They have, and they've been alert. And they know that this is where the match is going to be decided.
Again, simply just not able to think or comprehend the amount of sideways drift.
But there's also something with the movement. It's something about the body position of Rasmus Kjaer that's not correct there. Leaves themselves very few opportunities.
2 points away from booking their place in the second round. Lucky net cords from Fang-Chih, and his brother Fang-Jen celebrates overtly. It is 5 match point opportunities for the twin brothers from Chinese Taipei. Yeah, he's pleased with that. But in a way, such overt celebrations when your opponent makes an error. Games, 21-18, 21-16. The margin of the victory for Li Fang-Chih and Li Fang-Jen, the twin brothers from Chinese Taipei. Well, it was a disappointing performance by the Danes, and Frederick Søgaard obviously not too happy. Confirmation of the score 21-18, 21-16 in a match lasting just under 40 minutes. Welcome back to the Singapore Indoor Stadium. And this is what's happened so far, and we've got 3 more matches to come. We stick with men's doubles for our next